This is the reincarnation of excellence, Kari Jai Wright. And today I'll be taking shots. I'm be drinking at Moe's.
This is Drinkin at Mo's, where we talk about the pros of pro wrestling in the Midwest while sipping on some brews with blessed beers and wrestling. That's my scene. Death matches and lucha libre, it's also mean. I'm a straight up smart goofball, not no kiss ass. I stand tall when it comes to wrestling. I'm the king. I know every move, every fling. Get ready for a wild time with Drinkin at Mo's, where we don't quit. Drinkin at Mo's, that's where it's at. Like a power bomb, we hit hard, never flat. Fucking right, we're living the dream. Talking about wrestling, always a scream.
You know, I've always said here at Drinkinatmos, just because it says drinking at Mo's does not mean it has to be alcoholic. So I'm happy to say Drinking at Mo's is sponsored by Prince Nana Coffee. The exact same guy you see every week on Dynamite, on Collision. Yes, he has his own coffee, and it's freaking delicious. They don't even roast those beans until you've placed your order. And you might be telling me, hey, Big Mo, I'm more of a tea guy. They got you covered there too. Use the referral link in the description of this video. And let's get you dancing like Prince Nana with Prince Nana Coffee. All right, everybody, welcome Drinking at Mo's. Big Mo here. You know the drill. YouTube, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff on the YouTube, because YouTube's algorithm is a pain in my ass. We're most places find the audio stuff too. Don't forget about those. Today, I'm excited to have with me Kari Jai Wright. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Mo. How you been, sir?
Oh, I can't complain too much. I mean, yeah, I got a beer with me tonight. It's some craziness. I figured I earned one tonight. So yeah. So
is that number one? Number two?
only the first one.
Okay.
I figured I earned at least one. I know drinking at Moe's, people think I probably drink a lot more than I actually do, but I've had my crazy drinking days, especially in the military. I've had them, but yeah, after you've had them, you've come out on the other end relatively unscathed. You're like,
You're like, cool. I'm good.
Yeah, you're like, I'm
that
good now.
experience. I'm straight.
Yeah, like I'll still drink, but not to that level much anymore.
Yep.
Because good Lord, before we get into my main first question here, because I'm on a tangent now, and Lord knows I get on those, but I've had some of my crazy, one from the military that I love telling this one. We were, with all the craziness going on Middle East right now, I was actually in Bahrain going picture for picture with the British Navy on base. And at least at the time, I don't know if they do it anymore, but for my ship in the foreign ports, when you got back to the ship, they breathalyzed you.
Really?
Yeah, I was not going to be passing that night. I can tell you that. But luckily, my group and I, we were like, the line to get back on the ship and sign back in was relatively long. So my group just said, dude, just go. We'll sign you back in. Yeah. They saved my ass that night.
Yeah, they took care of you. Them some real ones.
Oh, yeah. And then my youngest sister's wedding. I fared better than some people. Some of the wedding party was passed out along the curb in my hometown. Me, last thing I remembered was somebody asking me if I was good to drive home. And I just remember, yeah, I'm good. And then I wake up completely changed in my parents' basement, having no idea how the hell I got there. Like, if you remember the movie Dude, Where's My Car?
I haven't seen it. I heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
You've heard of it at least. So, like, I had a Dude, Where's My Car moment. Is that like, oh my God, where? I run up the stairs from my parents' basement, look right outside, car parked perfectly along the curb. I'm like, okay, I'm good.
All right.
I went back downstairs and passed out on the couch.
Just had to make sure that car was secured.
Yes. But yeah, like I said, I've had my crazy drinking moments. So I don't go too heavy now, although I have drank 2 buckets of beer by myself at some wrestling shows.
Well, that's different. That's wrestling shows. Like it kind of gets you in the zone for it, in the mood.
Yeah, although my wife would probably figuratively kill me that night because I called her thinking I misplaced or that I locked my keys in my car. Only to find out after searching through my pockets one last time that, oh, wait, they're right there.
It'd be like that.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes.
I bet you had a good time though.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Now, the first thing I like to ask everybody is what got you started as a fan, and then what got you deciding to make the leap into the business?
So my fan story is kind of like it was like a duration of time. It wasn't like just one
In
specific
one
moment.
specific moment, it was just oh,
Yeah. So my cousin, like he watched it like a lot. I probably didn't come in until whenever I think Jeff Hardy and Undertaker were like feuding or
mm,
something. And then it was like this pyro, that pyrotechnic kind of incident that kind of happened. Uh
oh yeah.
I saw that on the TV and I was like, yo, what is this? Because
Mhm.
like I always watch like basketball.
Yeah.
I did like track, cross country, and all that. So I was watching a little bit of sports. So I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like this is just something else to look at.
Yeah.
And so like I think I had to have been seven. No, I think I was older than that, somewhere in there. But that happened, and then time skip. I'm probably when I moved on to me 2010 ish. Yeah, probably about 2010. Me and my cousin lived together with my mom and her brother. And so we would just be just causing chaos in the living room. We everything they say you're not supposed to do,
Yeah.
we was doing everything.
Yeah, that please don't try this at home. Y'all tried it.
We tried it and it was cool. Like luckily nobody like lost a leg or nothing like that. But we was doing that, and then we got our other friends that we met through school. We got them involved in it. It was this is a fun like little story. So when we got to the point of high school, I think it was like freshman, yeah, about freshman sophomore year. It was this the pole vault, that big mattress
Mm.
thing or plush, whatever
Yeah, that
safety
the
cushion
super pole
thing.
vault. Yeah.
So they would have that in a football field. And so after school, we would like literally go over there and like we made it a thing to like so like kind of like it's a Monday Night Raw kind of deal. So if people had like their cameras on the side, we had hard cams and rolling cams on the side, and we just sitting there resting. You could probably find it on YouTube. I forgot what it was called, but last time I seen it, it was like 3 years ago.
Oh wow. I mean, hey, for kind of a makeshift wrestling mat, it works.
Yeah, and this was before I made that. I think this may have been. Let's see, I got out of high school 14. So probably maybe 8 years after that, 7 or 8 years after that, I saw that one of my friends. Well, I was looking for schools in general to see the closest one that I seen. I think Shawn Michaels was doing one in like Oklahoma at that point in time, and I was like, ooh, dude, I ain't even got a car yet. Do I want to go to Oklahoma? And so I gave it a little bit more time, and then by God's grace, I found a DFW All Pro at the time because one of my friends I met through high school, um, Chance Fortune, if you've ever seen, he's a wrestler now. So if you've
Oh,
ever seen him, look him up. He did a tryout at DFW All Pro, and I was like, oh, that's literally like 10, 15 minutes up the street from me. I was like, oh, I can do that tryout. So after that day, that's what got me into it. And that was December. The trial was like December 2017. And then I ain't start the training until February 2018.
mm. Yeah, it was interesting when you brought up around 2010 because that I was actually in San Diego and getting my first taste of independent wrestling out
Wow.
there. Yeah, I'd never been to an independent wrestling show before down there, and now I'm friends with a lot of the guys that I met down there, and yeah, it's been a wild ride since
Yeah.
getting introduced to independent wrestling.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't go to my first independent show until like I started training. I didn't even know they were like a thing until I started training.
Yeah, I had heard, but never really had the chance to actually go until
Yeah.
I literally just Googled pro wrestling in San Diego when I was down there, and boom, there we went. But was one to ask you about the reincarnation of excellence.
Mhm.
Everybody has a story of how they came into a moniker that they use.
Mhm.
You know, Triple H, the cerebral assassin. One example that pops up in the bionic redneck, Stone Cold. Like, everybody's got a story with how it came up. How did it come about? The reincarnation of excellence.
So the reincarnation of excellence comes from it's like a personal thing like within my life that I've dealt with. So we all know like reincarnation is like a rebirth, things like that. Excellence is just something that I kind of pride myself on. And so how it all came together was before I started even training or getting well within the duration of me starting to train and then debuting and things like that. Probably before I graduated. Um my confidence was not very it was not very high like in like I would just kind of fake it till I make it. And so one day when I started when everything kind of started clicking a little bit more, I started becoming more comfortable, feeling a little bit more confident in myself and my abilities. A shift just happened, and I was just like a phoenix, like a rebirth. And I'm just trying. And now at this point, like I'm thinking all this in my head. I'm like, okay, well now I got this new confidence. I feel reborn. I want to do something new. Because before I was top flight Kari Wright. That was my first like little thing. And so I wanted to make something that's kind of like a little bit more personal. And so with all that going on, I'm like, okay, what's something cool that I can use? What's something that sounds dope, that sounds like original that you've never heard before? And I was just sitting one day, I'm just like, um, I was like, excellence. Everybody want to do like greatness, excellence. I'm like, and then like yeah, I'm just sitting. I was literally sitting for like hours. I'm like, what should I call myself? And then just clicked. I think I was like playing a game or something.
Hmm.
And then it was just like reincarnation of excellence just popped up in my head. And I was like, oh, that's unique. I was like, that's something I've never heard of before.
Oh yeah, and uniqueness in professional wrestling, whether independence or national TV, it can be kind of few and far between. So
Hmm.
when you have something that you find that it is unique, yeah, latch on to that.
And I kind of using it as like by God willing, I got a long career, but this is kind of like a stepping stone into something big. So like it starts out as top flight, dope dude, super cool. Now you got reincarnation excellence, somebody that's taking this a little bit more seriously, and then like the next level, I got to figure out what that is, but I'm excited to get to that.
Oh yeah, no. Hey, it sounds like you got the right mind with it because yeah, being able to you know when to make those even maybe slight changes and leads to a little bit more of a longevity in the career.
Yeah.
Now, one thing in a social media post that I had to bring this up because I'm like, okay, but in I believe it's your pinned one on Facebook. There's a line in there, crispier than a McDonald's Sprite.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's we talked about uniqueness. That is something that I mean, you don't really see people bring up in promos for themselves.
So that one's funny because we always hear about how like Chris that Sprite is. And I think I just wanted to like just add a little bit more of my personality to it. And I think I was on like TikTok or something. And
Mm.
it was this dude. He was what was he doing? He like had a Sprite and some like Mentos or something. He was doing something
Okay.
ridiculous. And then like he ended up like it was a reaction. He ended up like spazzing out over the Sprite. I'm like, man, that thing's crispy. And I was like, crispier than a McDonald's Sprite. And people always say how smooth I am in the ring and everything. So I kind of just ran with it.
Yeah. No, on that, yeah, when I see a bunch of clips and stuff from your matches, I'm like, you do look rather smooth and crisp in there. And then there's also the fact of, the everybody hearing about, McDonald's Sprite or McDonald's Coke. There's something different about it there for some
Yeah.
freaking reason.
I heard they get it like directly. It's like a directly from the source. Like
Yeah,
they got an exclusive deal or something. That's what I heard. I didn't
I
read that.
I swear I've heard of how it it is like for some reason I'm like a lot of places they'll have like the cardboard boxes with like the plastic bags in there and
Yeah.
they'll have like metal like cans like big old friggin' things.
Yeah.
Some where I don't know. All I know is you always hear about it. It's weird.
They got some exclusive because that
Yeah, they got some deal there.
they don't hit like the other ones.
It don't. Now, talk about when I was going through and watching some clips and different stuff from social media. It seemed like, damn, you're a little bit of everywhere. Like I'm seeing. Oh, and correct me if I'm wrong. I know this episode come out after this show,
Mhm.
but there's a for Frontline Pro a charity show on the 11th.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That one is in the works. So
It's
as right now, I'm working on it.
working on.
It's going it's going good so far. So
Oh,
hopefully by the time this video come out, it's
oh,
actually
okay.
graphic up or something.
Yeah. No. And the thing that caught my eye with it, military veterans, seeing the veteran charity on there, I'm like, okay, that's awesome. I love it. Like, and hopefully you don't run into an issue that we had up here, which I'll go into more detail off camera because I've sworn to not actually mention the promoter.
All good. Understood.
Yeah, let's just say it was not good. But so when you get promotions out there that are actually going to stick to their word and be doing good stuff for good charities, especially ones that speak to my heart with the military charities, I love it. Now I did see some highlights for a few promotions out there that I've become very familiar with when with God dang, I'm trying to remember. I'm over 420 episodes now.
Ooh, even working.
Yeah, but I want to talk about a couple of them. One of the highlights I've seen is for my friends over at MPX.
Mm.
MPX Wrestling. They're off to one hell of a start with their 2026 right now.
Guaranteed.
Now I know I've seen it wasn't originally booked this way, but Shane Taylor even was out there for a show relatively recently.
Yeah.
It was kind of a surprise, and I'm like, oh damn.
I'm trying to, which show was that? I was there too, and I can't even.
I'm wanting to say it was right before the Texas Rumble.
Ah,
I
it
can't
it
remember
it
the name
was. I
of
can't
the
remember the show though.
because I know it was supposed to be originally Matthew Palmer, Athena, and Billy Starks versus
Yeah,
a
it was the world class
yeah.
day.
And then I don't know, Matthew Palmer wasn't able to like actually compete or something. I
It
didn't catch that part.
it's Matt being Matt.
And
He say he gonna wrestle, and then stuff
then
happened.
so then he mentioned having a replacement, and out comes Shane Taylor. I'm like, okay, if you're gonna get a replacement, that's one hell of a replacement right there.
Hmm. It was pretty awesome. Like he got like a standing ovation. It was really dope. It was a really cool like pop return for him. That was dope.
Oh yeah, no, I've been lucky enough to do a bunch of different episodes with people over at MPX. I definitely, they've been good to me. I'll say that. No, another what?
I said we try our best. We're a good little community.
Oh yeah. Now another promotion that I've starting to become a little more familiar with because I've had a few people on from there, and
Mhm.
it's a promotion that at least used to be ran by Sir Mo from Men on a Mission, the
Mhm.
Soar Wrestling.
Yep.
Now, what's your experience been like there? Because what I'm noticing, like when it becomes to independent wrestling, you can definitely tell the promotions that from the event posters, just starting off there,
Mhm.
that like they put in effort,
Mhm.
and then you can tell the ones that like from the event posters, it's like, oh boy,
Yeah. I've seen all
Soar
y'all.
Wrestling puts in they from the event posters on, they put in a lot
Yeah.
of good effort there. What's your experience been like there with them?
So funny part is like I was just there for the first time last Saturday. At least at this time of the recording. I was there last Saturday. It was me versus their champion Daniel Alexander, the hottest essay. And so my first experience there, it was it was just like another MPX. It's like another big family over there. And Dante Smiley, he's champion over there. And we actually started at the same, well, he started before I did, but we started at the same like school, DFW All Pro. So I kind of already had an experience with him, kind of already had that veteran lead already. So
Oh,
it like me walking into a cousin's house.
yeah. Always good to have that, especially, you know, I know that it can be said for a lot of places, but definitely had this come up with the different independent wrestlings. There's
Mm,
drama all over the place. So when you have even just one good place, good family atmosphere there.
hmm.
Hey, the more you can get after that, hey, the better.
Yeah, and their production is really good. Their fans are vocal. I should say very vocal. Um, I think wow, what was the I can't remember the venue name. I know it was in Capel, but that was a really good venue. It really brought the whole thing together.
Yeah, yeah. I've been I've been good with sore. I got a couple. I got at least one more person on. I had oh God, now the name is escaping me. But
From
I yeah, I'm feeling bad right now because I literally just released his episode like a couple weeks ago.
let's see, was it? Let me see. Wobble, Dante, Daniel.
Williams, something Williams.
What?
Like I really feel bad that I'm having a brain fart right now.
Look, man, I have it all the time. On a
Yeah, yeah. No, my wife tries to give me crap sometimes. It's like, how can you not remember that? What, babe? I have a hard enough time remembering some days what I had for lunch. How do you expect me to remember something from like a few days ago?
I be forgetting matches that I had, and then somebody will be like, "You remember this?" I'll be like, "I don't."
Oh God, yeah, I can only imagine. Now, okay, another thing I wanted to mention with the sore is, God dang, they got some pretty nice looking titles there.
Man, do they? Them belts is huge.
Yeah.
Them some thick belts. I was like, I want one of these.
Yeah.
They're nice.
Oh man. Like that's the other thing with independent wrestling is you could tell the promotions that they like invest in like just about every aspect from the titles on.
Mm-hmm.
Soar is one of those spots. They got, man, them titles. I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, hey, I'm proud of the one somebody got made for a friend of mine that co-hosted my 2 cents stuff with me.
Yeah,
Actually had this made for me, and I'm like, hey,
that's
I'm loving the one that I have.
that's cool. Look like it got some weight to it.
It does. It got a little bit of weight to it. And the strap is actually the same pattern as one of the uniforms I had to wear when I was in the Navy.
Oh, a little lore. Okay.
Yeah, a little behind that. Yeah, yeah. So it's, and actually, I don't know. Maybe I can. I don't know. It's attached, but he actually, when my son was born,
Mm.
actually had a mini version made for my son.
Oh,
I
where's
got it behind here, but it's kind of
oh
attached.
oh it's like attached to the behind that one.
Yeah,
That's cool. Y'all gotta take a picture.
I've. You know what? I need to take a new one because the last time he was, I mean, my son has never really been that small.
Mm.
He's always been a chunk, but now I think yeah he might actually pick it up and start playing with it. Because he actually just a few weeks ago he had actually started like full on like it was weird. He went from crawling and not really wanting to walk to
Mm.
he's just off.
Just sprinting all over the house.
So all over.
It sounds like fatherhood.
Oh God, yep. Oh man. Although I gotta admit, when it comes to wrestling, I've had I've had some funny moments with my son when it involves watching wrestling,
Mm.
including telling. I got to actually tell the joke that after you know what I don't even think we were out of the hospital yet,
Mm.
but I was or we might have been. I don't remember. All I remember was commenting on a SmackDown post show that my son was so excited about the show he peed on me. Yeah, I'm holding him, and all of a sudden it's like
You
something
just feel
feels
that warm.
something feels warm, and then I lift him off of me for. I'm like, damn it.
It's
Yeah,
probably you were so focused on wrestling.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, no, one of the time, I don't think we were out of the hospital yet because I think my wife was actually asleep.
Mm-hmm.
I was just sitting there holding him, and all of a sudden I'm like, ah, damn it.
He had to go. Was it late at night or something when it happened?
Oh God. No, SmackDown was on, so like, well,
Oh,
SmackDown had just ended, so maybe it was
like 10. Yeah.
10, something like that. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of late for me now.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Is it? Hey, I love working days, but man, I do not like. If there's one part about working days that I still, if I could do both and not have to wake up so fucking early, yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh man, yeah. That's the one part. Like, I'm not a morning person.
That's
Not.
funny because I actually am, but certain days I'll be like, I don't like this.
Oh God, I'm not a morning person in the least bit. I just some days I'm the one that has to get up with the little guy, so it's like, well, all
Oh,
right,
well, yeah, you got a different kind of morning than I did.
yeah, but oh God, now, whew, damn, now I usually joke that I love my Dr. Pepper, but it gives me the burps like crazy. But damn, this beer is starting to do it.
Oh yeah,
Um,
go get
hey, but it seems weird that we're already like inching towards the halfway point of April, and like we're already this far into the year.
you. Yeah,
Seems like the year just happened. So with the rest of 2026, what are some of the plans you got out there? Because like I said, you seem to be a little bit of everywhere.
yeah, and that's really what the plan is in motion already. I'm just trying to get to more places outside of Texas. That has been my like kryptonite. Has been trying to consistently get out of Texas. And everyone will probably you probably heard it or someone will probably tell you they're like, Kari's good, man. You just gotta get out of Texas. I'd be like, I'm trying. I've been trying.
Oh yeah, it can be a grind.
It's very much a grind. Late
Now, oh, go ahead.
early mornings.
Mm.
Maybe some days the gym don't be looking too enticing. I be like, I need a break.
Oh man, yeah, I can relate. Lord knows I probably need to get to the gym more. I mean, I got a little bit of a beer belly here with it. I mean, yeah, I don't really. Anyways,
Just moderation.
yeah, moderation. Moderation
Just
is key.
moderation.
Now, yeah, like, but I still say, yeah, yes, I do drink on some of the recordings during the video portions, but yeah, no, if some people have complained about my language, but I'm like, hey, because they talk about kids, and I'm like, okay, I can watch my language around my little kids when I'm around them,
Mm.
but yeah, no, outside of that, if I'm on my show, it's my damn show. I don't give a.
Yeah. Yeah. I co-sign that. It's your show, your house, do what you want.
And hey, if somebody wants to complain about, oh, kids could hear it, I'm like, hey, if you're gonna complain about your kids hearing foul language, maybe you should be paying more attention to what your kids are watching.
Yeah. And by that point, it's probably already too late.
Yeah. Although
At
I
school
will,
and stuff.
I've slipped up before. I have slipped up before because I've had times where I don't, you know what? I don't even remember how the conversation even got to this when it happened.
Mhm.
But my in-laws were in town, and all of a sudden I repeated the line from South Park, "Don't kick the baby." And all of a sudden I hear, I think it was one of my nephews, the younger one, all of a sudden
Mhm.
I just hear, "Don't kick the." I'm like, oh,
Uh, he didn't
um,
meet you.
I look over at her mom, at his mom, and I'm like, sorry.
Like, my bad. It
Yeah,
happened.
I did not mean for that to happen.
It's all
Oh,
right. It'll be fine.
no, yeah,
You're gonna
no,
grow up with some character.
Oh, yes, yes. Now, I have two categories here that I like to round off the show with. First one's a bit of a name game where I name off some people and you give me some quick thoughts on them. And I try to theme it towards the guests as much as possible. And I know you're trying to get out of Texas as much as you can, but Texas, I figure, each of these people, I don't think I'm going to have to worry about you not knowing who any of them are, but all big names from Texas. First one, I literally just saw him, them show him in the crowd on Monday Night Raw. The world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
Oh, GOAT. Legendary. I actually met him before.
Nice.
I was doing extra work for AEW. He was kind of giving me tips and stuff. He's the reason why I don't do. So it's this. Have you ever seen Kenny Omega when he does the Kataro Crush, the little leapfrog bulldog? So I kind of huge Kenny Omega fan. So I started doing that move, and then after that talk with Mark Henry, he told me about the butt bumps, and then for a nice little minute, my tailbone was cooking. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to move out.
Yeah, no, oh man, that quote fake retirement where he had everybody fooled and then he beat the hell out of John Cena.
That was a legendary segment.
Oh man, that was some good stuff. That whole run he had after that was just amazing. Now, next up, guy currently commentating for NXT, also the guy behind Reality of Wrestling, the five-time WCW champion, Booker T.
Oh yeah, King Booker. Oh yeah, he solidified in wrestling. Like it ain't much that you can really say that's Booker's cold. That dude knows some stuff. And he told my coach, Athena, he knows some stuff. That dude's legendary.
Oh yeah. Yep. Oh God. I still remember watching him, the early Harlem Heat days in WCW.
His brother's huge.
Oh,
His brothers, well, both of them are pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Me being the fan of tag team wrestling that I am, man, Harlem Heat was right up there for me. I know, oh God, Legion of Doom, they get the spiked shoulder pads and stuff. Like, yep, that. Oh God, hell, they even had some killer matches against each other. Those four.
You reminded me. I actually need to go back and watch. So.
Oh yeah. Now, oh God. Okay. Now I kind of talked about this guy a little bit earlier, but the way I like to describe this guy is, I don't think there's not too many people that would get me starstruck. But with the way I have this guy built up in my head, because he's been my favorite since I was in high school. If I ever got to meet him, I don't know if I'd be able to get a word out. The Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, I'll be the same way. I'll be the same way. Between him and Shawn Michaels, The Rock, I would be stuck. I wouldn't know what to do.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. He's a pretty much Texas staple. Like if you think of any kind of rough wrestler nowadays, it's pretty much inspired off of what Stone Cold did.
Oh yeah, man. One of my absolute favorites, one of the only people that has a whole section in my collection stuff behind me. I like him so much. Beer. I already drank it. I do his American lager, freaking delicious. But if that man's gonna put his name behind a beer, it's gonna be fucking good.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, he don't have a choice. He kind of
Oh,
has.
oh yeah, no. With the guy with the reputation that he has with being a a big beer guy, he ain't gonna put his name behind some crappy beer.
Yeah, guaranteed. And then like while on the topic of Stone Cold, his Mania match a few years ago with Kevin Owens,
Oh my god.
oh, that was everything I needed from like a legend return like
Yeah.
match. That was
Mm-hmm.
it was so good.
Oh man, I'll admit, I was a little worried. I was a little worried at first, but then as it got going, I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I thought I for whatever reason I was under the assumption I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a quick like little fun match. No, they were
Oh, they went at it.
oh it was so perfect. It was
And
so perfect.
oh yeah. A little tie in there. I I've mentioned this story a few times that I almost ran into Kevin Owens at Disney World.
Huh.
Yeah, my family and we were on the way out.
Mm.
I had to stop for some reason, tie my shoe, pick up something. I don't remember, but
Yeah.
all of a sudden I'm getting up, and literally from me to this, I look up, and initially I just see that T-Rex skull tattoo on his arm,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, no.
Feel like it ain't no way.
And I look up further, and I'm like, holy shit. And then, like, he was with his family though, so
Yeah.
we were in the middle of the park, so I'm like,
You ain't wanna
um, if we were in the, I've said this a bunch. I'm like, if we were in the parking lot, I would at least say hi. But we were in the middle of the park, so I know I saw him. So
yeah.
I ran to catch up with my wife,
What a moment.
and I'm like, I'll admit, my wife probably thought I was crazy, but I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
I just saw Kevin Owens.
She probably had no idea who the hell I was talking about, but
That's still pretty cool though. You could at least be like, "Oh, Kevin, bro, I'm, you're great," and then you could have left it at that.
oh yeah, no, like I said though, if we were in the parking lot, yeah, I would have at least done that.
Yeah.
But in the middle of the park, that's just inviting some craziness. But last but not least on the name game category here,
Mm-hmm.
recently made her return, Roxanne Perez.
I I like Roxanne. Funny story. She stole one of my COVID masks. Not necessarily steal. So whatever, with COVID and everything was going on. So she was at VIP one of these days. It was my girl was training there at the time, and then Roxanne had a match. And she came around, or Roxy, I guess at that time, she needed a COVID mask, and I happened to run into her, and then I had an extra one. And so like we go throughout the day. High keys kind of on me. I kind of forgot that I even gave her the mask. And then the show ended, and then my girl, like, she took a picture with her and Roxy. And then I see that they both have the mask on. And I told her, I said, that's our mask. She stole our mask. She give it back. So that's forever gonna be a story if I ever see her again.
It's gonna be interesting to see how it turns out for her right now with everything with the Judgment Day, and like, oh, is she gonna Finn Balor was the one that brought her in, so is
Yeah,
this gonna cause some issues?
I think it's gonna put her in a spotlight that she needs to showcase how good she really is.
Oh yeah, like she had her times of you got to see it,
Mm.
but that was all on nothing against NXT. They're doing way better now than they had been like a couple years ago. There's some times where for me it was damn near unwatchable, but
Mm.
now it's better.
Mm.
And she had some good stuff back then.
Mm.
Now being on the main roster, oh god, I swear if something happens where she really gets to shine at like Mania, that's gonna
Maybe,
be something. That's gonna be something.
maybe. Who knows?
Who knows? Got to tune in. Lord knows I'm not going to be able to afford to try to go to the damn show right now. Fuck.
Oh yeah, me neither. I wanted
Yeah.
to New Orleans because I've never been to New Orleans, and I wanted my first experience to be like
Mm.
coincide.
Yeah. First time in New Orleans. First time Mania. Yeah, I can see the appeal to that.
Yeah, I wanted that moment.
But man, hopefully,
Two, when they came down here to Dallas, I've been to those two.
yeah. Man, they're coming up to Nebraska here in May, and I'm like, ugh, because I look and I used to be able to get at least some of the first rows in the lower bowl.
Mm.
Now it seems like the prices there are almost like what
Oh
the prices up ringside would have been back
yeah,
when I got those tickets.
yeah. Them prices is different now. The price
Yeah,
very different.
it's nuts, nuts. Now I got some random questions, some wrestling related, some not.
Mm.
Just random. So I give you the question, first answer that pops into your head.
Okay.
First one, craziest in-match moment for yourself.
Oh, I went to the bathroom mid match.
Okay. That
so
was
so it was me versus Max Height. We had I think it was like an impromptu kind of match. It ended in some kind of chaos for what my memory can gather from that. It ended in some kind of chaos, and I took the opportunity to go use the bathroom. And by the time I came back, I was in a tag match. So I was confused. I just came out the bathroom. They're like, "All right, you're in the tag match now." I'm like, "Oh, like now?" That was like the craziest moment. That was so funny.
that would fit. That would fit. Yeah. Like I'll admit, when you mentioned bathroom mid match, you almost had me thinking of like a story, and I've heard them of stories of people like shitting themselves mid match.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to avoid. That's why I
Yeah,
went to the
I can imagine. Try to avoid that one if you can. Oh boy. Yeah, that would not be fun. Especially if you made the mistake of wearing like white trunks that night.
Yeah, if you got like some light colors.
Yeah, light color. Oh god, it's gonna show like nothing else.
Yeah, nah. I would get up immediately and go to the bathroom. I refuse.
Yep. Oh god, no. So that just wow. Yep. Nope. Don't want any of that. Now, next question I have for you. Who would you pick to play you in a movie?
Hmm, that's a great question. Who would I pick? Um, Man, that's a really good question. I ain't never thought of that. Who could play?
Like I said, not all of them are wrestling related, so I try to get.
Hmm. Well, I would say me, but
Hmm.
that's wait, maybe. Well, I'm also trying to think of who kind of is relatively looks like me, and that's the hard part. I wouldn't even.
That can be the hard part in it. Yeah.
Maybe if you ever seen or heard of Bel Air,
Mm-hmm.
the main actor, probably
Okay.
he's really good. He's close to my skin tone that I can think of right now.
Yeah.
I'd be the closest one.
Yeah. I've always me being the I'm, I'm a bit of a goofball. I always, I mean, I don't have the hair that Jack Black has, but I'm always like, dude, him, Jack Black. That would be me.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
He would just maybe need to, I don't wear bald cap or something. Or maybe even if he's feeling goofy enough and actually shave his head, I don't know.
He strikes me as a person that would. And the
But
funny
he
part
kind of
is, he
does.
okay. Like you'll still look at him and be like, "Yeah, that still looks pretty cool."
Oh yeah, like I I got my nieces laughing one time because they were playing from the, I don't know where they got it on phone or something, but it was the lava chicken song from the the well, God, what was it? The Minecraft movie. And like
Oh,
I was singing along word for word with it, and they're like, "How the hell do you?" I'm like, I watched it one time, and I just got it.
yeah, that was a catchy little song for that little time period. I do remember that being a thing.
Oh yeah, la 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 lava. Yeah, okay. Now I don't want it stuck in my head tonight. But yeah, oh god, yeah. Now with the name of a show like I feel like I have to ask this one. Favorite drink, alcoholic or otherwise? Or, shit, both.
Uh, okay, I do both. My favorite alcohol, I don't even drink that much anymore, but it's tequila.
I
I'm a I'm a tequila fiend. My favorite drink would be okay, it's not a specific brand, but I love slushies.
mm,
I any Slurpee slushy, icy, I'm with it.
I all of it.
All of them.
Oh yeah.
Whether it could be hot outside, it could be a snowstorm outside. I will still drink one.
No, yeah. Give you the damn slush. Yeah, I'll admit I've been to some movie theaters where I paid for the regular glass, and I'll just put the icy in there.
Okay,
Apparently it costs more. I don't know.
but it's good.
Although especially you mix a couple of the flavors. Oh,
Oh yeah, I do that all the time. Oh, you were.
all, all,
I'm gonna go.
all the all the damn. Yep. No, some good stuff. Now with tequila, I I got a couple of my favorites. I have hell, both at least at one point were owned by celebrities.
Mm.
Weirdly enough, Casamigos, that was owned at least at one point by George Clooney.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think it even has his signature on the bottles.
Mm.
And Terramana, the Rocks one,
Yeah, that's the one I need to try. That's one I've been wanting to try,
smooth as hell.
and that's my kind. I like the smooth
Oh
one.
yeah, you put that stuff in a margarita, you're gonna need to be a little careful.
Oh, and a frozen margarita. That's my thing.
Yeah, the slush, the margarita, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, no, you put, like I said, you put that stuff in a margarita, you're gonna need to be careful. That, like, I've had the Casamigos. I had a friend that at least at one point owned a restaurant, made me a margarita with that for my birthday.
Yeah.
I had about two of them, and I'm like, yep, I'm not going to be able to have more than these two. Yep, was
So
not
it's
going to
like
happen. I was going to.
stay at home.
Yeah, I needed to drive that night. There was no
Ooh.
way I was going to be sober enough to drive that night.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway.
Now, oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I would have been the same way. Like I'm staying at home.
Now, well, actually, you know what? One more before my last one. A hobby you have outside of the time it takes for staying in ring shape, because I know staying in ring shape can take up quite a bit of time.
Hmm. So you're saying just a hobby outside of that?
Yeah, hobby outside of that.
Um, your typical playing games, video games, reading manga. Lately I've been getting into real estate, so that's another little hobby thing.
Okay.
Hopefully that, by God's good grace, that turns into something.
Hey, that would be a hobby that could, with like with a lot of hobbies, putting in the hard work, or well, hell, with anything, putting in the hard work
Hmm.
could pay off. Now, last but not least, here, best advice you have for anybody wanting to get into wrestling.
Uh, okay, yeah. So for anybody that wants to get into wrestling, understand that everything everything has a psychological purpose to it. Um, if it is, how do I say it? If it's structured the right way. If you get into wrestling, understand the way that you think you know how to fall, you don't. Wrestling is going to teach you how to fall in the most professional way possible, and it's going to save you in so many situations outside of wrestling. Lastly, when you do get into wrestling, wrestling literally becomes how you look at life. Like everything can be interpreted into some wrestling thing. Your boss making you mad, you can cut a promo on your boss.
Stone Cold proved that one.
Yeah, like it ain't like a day I go through and I'm just like can't relate something to wrestling. Wrestling is literally life is wrestling.
Oh yeah, all all great advice there. Now, before we go, where can people find you social media wise? So if they don't already have their eyes on you, they can go ahead and get them there.
So on Facebook, it is Kari Jai Wright. If you can see the name plate, that's what it is on Facebook. Instagram is Kari the Wright, like my last name, one. Um, Twitter or X, whatever your preference is.
Whatever. I call it Twitter. I'm refusing to call it X.
I do too. I call it Twitter. It is Kari3K. On TikTok is the same thing, Kari3K. And is that all my? Yeah, that's all of them right there.
All right, we'll get all of that in the description. Want to thank you for taking the time to talk to me tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure, and you're welcome back anytime.
Oh, just let me know.
Will do. Will do.
We'll be back.
Oh yeah. Now my issue with this fucking button. See, I'm my fat